cheat, the slug takes the weight off. I live this for real, I do this for the dead. Rest in peace, I'm holding you near. Making up time, 12 years, we on tour, we blow your back off. Some poor cats jack your car seat to take your scalp off. Soldiers of merits, inherited from way back. Cyanide and bullets, so I should follow my stats. We're too futuristic.
What is up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Maximilian Must Know. Tonight we're going to look at a fragrance from the house of Jacomo. This one is called Jacomo for Men. Now, this was a brand that I was totally unfamiliar with. I found this fragrance while looking through some of my favorite notes, and I'm planning on doing a video of my favorite and least favorite notes. If that's not up soon, if that's not up already, it will be up soon. Two notes that I happen to love in fragrances are pineapple and coffee. And so looking for fragrances that had one of those notes, I found this one that had both. And I blind bought a bottle. Before we talk about Jacomo for Men, let's talk about the house. This is the house that was started in New York City in the 1960s. A chance encounter, an American named James Kaplan and a Frenchman named Gerard Courtin happened to meet each other one afternoon on Fifth Avenue. They became really great friends. They shared a love of art, music, and fashion. And they decided to start a company called Jacomo. The J came from James, the Co came from Court, and M-O gave the name some catchiness. So J-A-C-O-M-O, Jacomo. They opened a boutique to cater to New York's exclusive and chic clientele, and they launched their fragrances in 1970. Their first one was for men. It was called Eau Cendre, and their female counterpart was called Chicane. And that one was launched a year later. They continued with their fragrance business. It became a cash cow for the company. In 1972, they launched a pretty famous women's scent called Silences, and that one is still in production. They really did their classic men's scent in 1980, the one that's most revered by critics, and that one is called Giacomo di Giacomo. In the 1990s, they started to introduce their fragrances in pairs. Anthracite and Paradox both had men's and women's versions. Women's versions. In 1995, their house was purchased by a larger group called Serbac Cosmetics. They took the firm in a different direction, still producing the classics, but also introducing new fragrances to the collection, including a high-end art collection inspired by pieces found in the two founders' personal art collections. As of today, they have about 27 fragrances in their catalog. You have some pretty big names that have worked with this house, including Bernard Elena and Christine Nagel. The fragrance that we're talking about today is called Jacomo for Men. This one was released in 2007 by Parfumée Mathilde Bijouet. She's done quite a few scents, including fragrances for Lalique, Etat Libre d'Orange, Betsy Johnson, and Penhaligon's. I got my bottle of Jacomo on Amazon. It came in a 100 ml size only and cost $24. And the notes on this guy are pineapple, citruses, and black pepper at the top. The heart is made up of pimento, coffee, plum, and nutmeg, and the base is tonka bean, amber, and vetiver. Now, I don't have the box. In moving apartment, I don't know what happened to it, but the bottle's actually really nice. On the side, it says Giacomo Paris, sort of in a sparkly script, like candy paint almost. The Giacomo, it's a black strip here. The bottom, you have a sticker with the batch code. The For Men is here. The Giacomo is here. And then on the cap, you have a J design. The cap isn't that heavy. The atomizer is a little hard to depress. So you can play whatever type of music you want for it. It's never going to get sad. Stupid fucking joke. No, but it is hard to push down the atomizer on this one, but that's not a huge beef. Overall, I really like the shape of the bottle, and it's heavy, and I think they did a good job with the bottle. Fortunately, that's the only thing they did a good job with here. The notes look amazing, and the reviews on Fragrantica of this are pretty good as well. And I was really excited about this one, and it turned out to be such a dud for me. What I get out of this is sort of just your typical designer melange of sweet notes. There's some pineapple in the opening, but it's very synthetic. And look, I'm not going to lie. Out of the bottle, this does smell fresh and clean and very pleasant. It's here that I think this scent could probably work for those who don't want something different or interesting when they buy a fragrance. But once the pineapple starts to settle down, you have this base of amber. There's no pepper in this. For me, there's no pimento. There's no coffee. It's just a very generic and boring ambery base that is primarily based centered around vanilla and maybe a little bit of tonka. And you get to that stage within 10 to 15 minutes of this fragrance. After that, there's just zero development on my skin, and that's why, for me at least, this one's a pretty big disappointment. Projection and longevity are both very poor on this one. Nowhere near as good as other scents in this price range. Doesn't project for me at all and lasts maybe 2 hours, 3 at the most. You could wear this all year round. Because it's so inoffensive and weak that I also think you could wear it wherever you want. I don't know why you would, and I think men or women could pull this off because it's pretty genderless to smell almost like nothing. Other fragrances that smell like this that I would recommend, pick almost anything off at the shelf of Sephora. If you like pineapple, check out Aventus, BondNumber9.com, Unpredictable Adventure, Insurrection Pure, or Ice Station Pineapple by Smell Ben. If you're looking for a coffee scent, there are so many better out there, including Ted Lapidus Black Soul Imperial, Pure Coffee by Mugler, Intense Cafe by Montal, Intoxicated by Killian, Royal Espresso by Sebastian. This will not satisfy your pineapple or coffee craving. If someone was trying to get you to buy this, they'd probably tell you that it's not going to make you smell bad. Not a great selling point. They'd say it's affordable, it's fresh, and it's clean. It's got a little sweetness, and it is as safe as a blind buy as you could make. On the flip side, someone like me would say that for $24, there are probably 200 fragrances that you can get that are better. There's no reason for you to own this unless you're a collector and want one from the Jacomo house. Even then, I would tell you to look elsewhere. How do I rate this one? I'm going to give this one a 4.5 out of 10. It smells okay, doesn't smell bad. It's affordable, it's easy to buy online, and the presentation is actually nice on this one. The flip side is that it introduces almost absolutely nothing new to the hobby and to my collection. My Jesus, is this a bland scent. I really almost can't remember buying a more nondescript fragrance than this one. I just get absolutely nothing out of this. And my thing is, take a risk. Come at me with something daring and different. You know, if I could have this in my collection or Secretions Magnifique, give me Secretions, because at least there's some real effort put forth there. Someone pushed the envelope with that one, where this is more of the same conformity and walking the plotted path. If you're going to do that, if you're going to replicate what already pervades the marketplace, goddamn had you better do it well. Oudin by Xerjoff is one of my favorite scents of all time. Is it groundbreaking in composition? Not in the least, but it's incredibly well blended, and the notes pop with quality, clarity, and so it's a great scent, you know, and that's what you need to do if you want to make something non-original. If you're going to come with an effort like this, and Giacomo failed miserably with this one, you have to do something extraordinary, and they just didn't do it. I'd like to give this house another chance, so if anyone knows about any other scents from this line that are any good, please do drop me a line. So that has been my review of Giacomo for Men by Giacomo. If you smelled this one, let me know what you think. Am I crazy? Am I missing something? You know, let me know. So thank you so much for watching this. Really appreciate it. We'll be back next week
veterans, crippling souls. It's getting bigger now. The information running the globe. It's just my mechanics, either with a gat or Xanax. Widespread panic until the Sabbath.
I'm paranoid. Tell me what the fuck they asked you. You fuck around with me and I'ma have to blast you. The CIA